Former TikTok influencer convicted for murdering his wife and her friend in an East Village high-rise told an appeals court today he did not get a fair trial and wants his conviction overturned.
News 8's Kelly Hessedall is live downtown outside the appeals court. And Kelly, this is a case we've been following closely for years now. What were the arguments his attorney made at today's hearing?
Well, one of the big arguments she made was there was just so much outside stuff that was allowed in at this trial. Videos of Ali Abulaban making racial slurs at people, including his wife. The prosecution said he was looking at teen porn, which he denied. So she said there was just so much outside stuff that was brought in that the jury couldn't objectively look at the evidence. She said Ali Abulaban, the person, was tried, not the case itself.
There was no objection at all to the racist racial slurs, the homophobic evidence that came in, the teen porn. My client basically had to defend himself. He had to say, look, are you calling me a child molester? You know, where is the evidence of that? And the defense counsel just sat there and did nothing.
Ali Abulaban's appellate attorney, Laura Schaefer, arguing to the three justices her client didn't get a fair trial when he was convicted of the 2021 murder of his wife Anna and her friend Ray Barron. She said not only was prejudicial evidence against Ali Abulaban allowed in at trial, she also argued the killings were not premeditated.
What cold calculated murderer would film himself committing a murder, a calculated murder? What murder would, after he does it, say, what have I done? And then text everybody and...
I suppose maybe a TikTok star.
But the Office of the Attorney General pushed back on all of this, making it clear the jury had plenty of time to get to know Abulaban.
The jury saw him testify for 3 days straight. They had a real impression of who he was.
We don't know what the jury believed or didn't believe. We just know there's substantial evidence to support the verdict.
The hearing went on for an hour. At one point, one of the justices asked this.
Was he likable?
He, not, well, respondents said the jury got to know, that I complained the jury didn't get to know who he was. The jury got to know who he was. The problem was, exactly, all too well, but all too well in the sense of stuff that was completely and totally irrelevant.
And so at the end of all of this, she basically said she wants a new trial for her client and a new jury that can objectively look at the evidence. She also suggested a reduced sentence. Now, the appeals court, though, is looking for any potential legal errors that the trial court made. And I will tell you that the bar for this is extremely high. It is extremely rare for a defendant to win an appeals case. Carlo and Anna.
And it did seem there was at least a little bit of skepticism expressed by the judges. So where do we go from here, and when can we expect a decision?
So the three justices will take into account everything they heard today, all of the evidence, and they are expected to issue a written ruling within the next 90 days.
You know this case well. You actually interviewed him in jail, Kelly, so thank you so much for this coverage.
And News 8 was in the courtroom for the entire trial. As you just mentioned, Anna, we have a lot there. We put all that coverage together in our Emmy award-winning special, Unfiltered, the TikTok Murder Files. To stream that special, all you need to do is download the CBS 8 app and watch for free.